I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Kabamba. Kabamba is my name. I'm
Kabamba.
Yes, once more, I'm from Zaire.
Yes.
My question, I have two questions. The first question is, what's the significance and the place of God in this world? The second question is, could we say that in this particular century we have been witnessing a kind of competition between visible man and the invisible God? If yes, who is the referee in this competition? How strong?
Very interesting. I should love to answer these questions one by one.
That's right.
So let's begin with the first one.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Could you repeat the first question now? What is the position of God in this world?
The significance and the place of God in this world. Yes, that's right. Yes.
No, it all depends upon how you look at things. If there is a God, and the question is put forward by the one who believes in a God, then this question is distorted, because then it should be what is the significance of this world to God, because He is first then and the world is second. If there is a God and a believer asks the same question, he should put it the other way around, because if there is a God, then obviously this world emanates from Him, is created by Him. It is just secondary, nothing as compared to the significance of God Himself. With the result that the question should be that what is the significance of this world to God, and what is the position of this world and place of this world in relationship to God. Am I right? Or you don't follow this?
I follow.
You have understood this?
Yes, I understand the question.
I mean, the question in that case is wrong. If you begin with the premise that there is a God, begin with the promise, you believe in God and I believe in God. So if the questioner is not an atheist, he believes in God already, so his question should be the other way around. That we know there is God, so what is the significance of this world as compared to in relationship to God? Because then God is the first reality and the world becomes the second reality. You understand this point?
I understand. Yes.
Now, if it is an atheist, then God does not exist, then the question falls out automatically. Then there is no question. If it is an atheist, then he is interested only in a philosophical concept of God in which we are not interested. Then it's only an academic question that why should we befool people with the concept of God and what significance He can play, that imaginary thing. Then this question should be this. And those who believe in God, they are not interested in such a thing. Only those should be interested who are, for instance, big politicians who don't believe in God themselves but want to create a sort of source of fear and awe for very illiterate people. This question should be asked to them by atheists. That why are you after creating the image of God when it doesn't exist? What is the significance? So because I believe you are a Catholic and you know I am a Muslim, and so this question should be put the other way around. What is the significance of this world to the existence of God which already existed before the world was created? In that case, will you be interested in answering this question in this way?
Because what I want to, the point...
Or the point is different, let me...
That's right, yeah. Because now, when we look at the world as it is now, it's going on now, we really sometimes wonder, where is God and who is He? Though we believe in Him, you see, we believe because it's very difficult to assess oneself if the God we see in our own.
Now, this question, in this case,
Yeah.
is quite a different question
That's right.
from the one which the wording suggested.
That's right.
You want to put it in a different way. This is why it's better to analyze the question
That's right.
so that my answer is not off the mark.
That's right.
First I know what the question is, then I will be able to answer it. Not sure. The point is, perhaps, as I have understood now,
That's right.
you want to ask if somebody is in doubt as to the existence of God
Yeah.
and does not positively know because he is unseen. He is not to be witnessed by eyes
Yeah.
or by other four senses. So one is in a position of doubt. So what role this world would play in introducing us to that God, and to what extent that witness would be trustworthy?
That's right.
Is that the right question?
Yeah.
Now, good. See, it's so good to know exactly what the question is. Otherwise, I might have answered you completely differently off the mark.
That's right.
And then at the end, you might have to repeat the question, and still we would be groping in the darkness.
That's right.
Now, this is very interesting because the very first surah of the Holy Quran, the very first chapter of the Holy Quran, deals with this question abundantly and very adequately, as I understand. And that surah is called Surah Fatiha, the opening chapter of the Holy Quran, which comprises 7 lines only. And the very first opening words of that surah deals with this question. That verse is Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, the very first introduction of God. All praise be to Allah, who is the creator of all that is known, or all that leads to the unknown. Alam is a very significant and a very beautiful word which has been used here. Alam is generally translated in English as world, as universe. Worlds or universes, because it's used in plural here. But this is a very inadequate translation, because in Arabic what it means is that which is known, number one, and that which leads to the unknown. For instance, there is a mark indicating this road goes to that place. That would be alam, that mark, which leads to a place which we don't know. Through that mark, you are led to the place where you want to go. So, your question falls within the 4 walls of this verse. The significance of this word in this respect would be, number one, that this world does not exist unless known. That is the first declaration. This is most important and a very beautiful, deep scientific declaration in the single word. If you were not here, or let's say if one passes out, a whole world passes out with him. And suppose the entire living beings in the universe suddenly pass out, what would be left? Nothingness. Because what was to be observed is no longer observed. So you can't conceive of anything then.
That's right.
Because you have to know something for it to be there, or even if it exists and so nobody knows, it is as if it does not exist. Yet things exist. Now we know that even all of us had passed out, the reality would continue. But only because there is another one who knows that. That is God.